Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Doom Eternal, episode number, this is 8, 7 or 8? One of the two. You see that fucking Maker Angel, though? Did you hear his fucking voice? That's the only line of dialogue that guy has, or a guy of his ilk. That's criminal as far as I'm concerned. Here we are on Sentinel Prime. We're treated to a beautiful rendition of, what's the name of the song? It's not called Sinister, I think, is it? It's like it's E1M8 in Doom 1. Yeah. This level is mostly going to be lore. As always, there's going to be a timestamp in the bottom, in the description, for you to skip all that and get straight to the boss fight, which is this level's only fight. But yeah, we're doing lore. That's all there is to this level. That said, it's some good shit, as far as I'm concerned. Sentinel Prime. Gorgeous. Great Coliseum. The ancient arena is a holy place for the people of Argent-Denur. Constructed in the earliest days of their history, this Coliseum served as a proving ground for trial by combat. Historical records indicate that the Argenta did not jail their own kind. Rather, prisoners and criminals were granted the right to earn their chance at regaining honor through the victory in the arena. Those who succeeded were given a place to fight in the front lines of the Sentinel army, to die in service to Argent-Denur. This traditional use of the arena has subsided since the assimilation with the Dark Realm. The corrupted priests now allow more violent exchanges with armed captives pitted against demons for sport. The priests of the Order Daeag continue to hold undisputed power on Argent-Denur. Spilling the blood of the Argent Ascended class will result in the transgressor's banishment. Asylum amongst the Argenta will be denied to any who do not adhere to the rules of engagement. That might be relevant relatively shortly.
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
Guts. Huge guts. Kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
That's right. It's all canon. You're not just the Slayer, you are Doom Guy. And yes, he does technically have a voice. Sentinel History, Part 4. In the time of King Novik, as the Argenta secured peace and safety through the dimensions across time and space, an outlander came to us. He was not of our world and spoke an ugly tongue. How he first took step upon our land was unknown. Sentinel scouts had found the outlander bloodied, clawed, and near death, mumbling of impending doom and the forces of darkness. The scent of blood followed him, and the gore that stained his armor seemed not entirely his own. By Argenta law, the stranger would be judged in the Coliseum, where he would be given the chance of all who stray from the path to fight for his freedom. We knew not of the stranger. His mind seemed crippled with rage. He dressed in attire not suited for our lands and carried munitions of arcane origin. We watched as his will overcame his injuries, and in the blood arena he proved his worth. The Outlander's technique was crude and brutal, but the determination in his charge echoed that of any true-born Sentinel. His war cry echoed through the Coliseum, as did the sounds of his fury, and the guards cheered his banner. "Rip and tear," they shouted, as the beast pushed beyond mortal wounds and certain death. He would be gifted no rank, no title. The survivors in the arena were provided only one reward: the right to earn an honorable death while spreading the blessings of the Makers to those in need. The Outlander's determination was witnessed, his ravings documented, and through the word of the Order Daeag, the Con Maker had him brought before her. She set her minions to learning his tongue, for with his ugly words he spoke of lands unseen, creatures born of fire, and a dark place unknown to the Queen and her caste. Yet another opportunity to expand the gift of the Makers to those in need. It's him. It's him. It's been him all along.
O great powerful one, a sign of truce.
Don't try to butter me up. I won't have it. Part 5. On the eve of the Black Star, the Dark Ones came from a world beneath our own, not through ship or ephemeral vessel, but through the fabric of dimensions. Out of swirling fiery gates came horned beasts from a timeless realm. First one, then many, crashing waves of evil swelled from the obsidian forest of the Argentian overlands. The Alarum clans from the eastern mountains fell first to the black hordes of devils, and the city of Telerum was slung under the weight of their charge. We Sentinels rose to meet the beasts with spear in hand, the might of the holy fleet striking back at the demons, but the dark gates from whence they came gave birth still to even greater hordes. A line of blood was drawn with the fallen of both sides, and the unholy wars began as the time of darkness came upon us. Shit got pretty fucking real, pretty fucking fast.
I know of what you have left behind. Go back to it then. Leave this crusade. You cannot save them. They have asked me for this, and so I give it to them. If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the demons took from you so long ago.
Daisy?
You need only turn back, and it will be yours again. All the pain you carry will be gone.
First words out of my mouth when I got here. Kill them, must kill them all. Don't know what else to tell you. Unlike enemies of the past, we could not contain the demons emerging from the Dark Realm. Their weaponry was not conjured from machine steel, but from the essence of their very being. A dark magic not known to us in our many conquests. Had we grown overconfident, our victories serving to dull our blade as we drank in the glory of our expanding empire? Lost, we knew not of how to prevail against this foe. The Maker God stood perplexed, and our engineers and priests scrambled to find the advantage in battle that we so desperately needed. Unknown to the enemy, we were pushed to the brink of defeat, and our God stood with us as we worked to find the answer. The Order of the Daag were the first to unlock the mystery of these foul creatures. The priests were able to capture several of the beasts and set about to identify the source of their power. It was then that the essence of the Dark Realm was discovered. Not wholly unlike our own, this power was the life essence that flowed through their twisted form and powered their attacks. It could be harnessed to power our own weapons, giving the Argenta the chance to combat the demons on even footing. The priests believed that with greater knowledge of the essence, we could discover its source and cut it off from the demons to strangle their armies from within, allowing us to regain the advantage we require for victory on the battlefield. The Khan Maker gave blessings to our majesty and directed the priests to delve deeper into the mysteries of the Scarlet Elixir from the demonic realm, for she sought only to return balance to our universe. Proper assimilations was required, as hell stood beyond her influence. After great effort, the priests discovered more than they had ever hoped for. They learned of the true nature of this demonic energy, and how it could strengthen those skilled enough to harness its power. The energy coursing through the malformed bodies of our relentless enemy could be used to end life, or to enhance it. The power to heal, to mend, immortality, knowledge, and enlightened faculties beyond our understanding. With the demon's life force in the skilled hands of the Sentinel priests, and under the righteous gaze of the Khan Maker, our people would not only rise to victory over the unholy horde that clawed at our walls, we would move to a higher plateau of existence, ushering in a new era of military science and industrial healing. No Sentinel would grow sick, no Maker would need to suffer the transfiguration that they so feared. All would be risen. None could ever oppose our peaceful ways and threaten our world again. True balance over hell and its legions, over space and time in this world and all others, we would dictate the order. United with the Makers, we would find peace eternal. The Khan Maker demanded a tithe of the essence, and driven by her desire, the priests submitted themselves to her will. The Order of the Daag took counsel with the king, speaking only of the spoiled land sure to be found through the cleft in creation, and the opportunity to purge the new invaders from Argent-D'Nur. We took the war to their cursed lands, pressing through the gates of wizardry. There was one among us who seemed to know the true nature of these foul demons. It was the Outlander, a stranger who had come to us from places unknown, he who had survived in the front lines far longer than any Sentinel-born prisoner had before. His passion for battle against the vile horde was evident, his lust for their destruction matching our own, though Argent-D'Nur remained a foreign land to him. His fervor caught the attention of the Inquisitors of the Sentinel Guard, some whispering of a suspected allegiance he held in secret with the demons. Silencing the critics, King Novik deemed him a worthy of selection. The signifiers brought a commission to our king, and it was decided that he be lifted from the common rabble. Though no arena-born prisoner had ever been granted the honor, the Knight Sentinels broke tradition and deemed the Outlander worthy of training. A number of disciples grumbled and chafed at the barbarian present in their ranks, but in the war with the demons, all opportunities for even the slightest advantage were to be considered, and as they witnessed the stranger spar with their hall masters, they found him an undying, unrelenting compatriot. This man was an outsider, friend to none, and yet rose each time he was thrown to the dirt of the circle. Battered and bruised, his brow stained with blood, he rose with grim determination for the chance to face his enemies in armed combat once again. Time passed as the stranger was instructed in the codified matrices of their order, the ancient lessons of battle and brotherhood taught to all sentinels. He could sense the opportunity before him. Soon, all of hell would feel his wrath once again. Satisfied that he would not be a detriment to their prowess, the Knight Sentinels granted him his wish as they ventured through the Hell Gates with the stranger in tow. They knew no rest, fighting in the unnatural elements and training under the blood moon of night. The stranger suffered exhaustion, wounds, and sickness, but asked for no aid and was offered none. 3 times the Knight Sentinels ventured into the gates and back, and upon every return the stranger strode more capable than before. His gait locked in step with the march of the Sentinels, a disciplined and now controlled lust for demon blood ever present. The passing of years and innumerous battles with the devils indentured the stranger to Argenta's mightiest warriors, and no longer did they condescend to him as a new-blooded conscript. For to them he had become a brother in arms forged in war, an ally and a weapon.
I pity the humans. I do. Theirs is a hard role to play. But I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen. You will not stand in the way of Erdak's progress. This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity.
Without their souls, the Argent will cease to flow. I don't like the sound of that. That sounds like a no-no. Did I? I did not. It's the Betrayer. Looking all badass in the background. As we warred with the beasts, the Argenta society grew, under the watchful eye of the Makers and through the endless power of the Essence. While our generals were consumed with the unholy war, our culture was marked by the beautiful potion the enemy had provided us, the sweet elixir. It brought us immeasurable capacity and empowered us to reach further into dimensions once thought to be beyond our grasp. Under the direction of our maker gods and the engineering of our high priests, our weapons blazed and our war machines stormed. The throngs of the populace drank deeply from the well of energy unveiled by the priests, but we of the Knight Sentinels took no part in their abundance. Some among us whispered accusations and warnings against this matter of progress, but they were quelled, as it was not our role to dictate the future of our people, only to defend it. So they started to get a little juiced on the hell energy, the refined hell energy, also known as Argent. A little worrisome, but the Knight Sentinels had no part in it. Didn't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't know how well that worked out for them in the long run compared to everyone else, but the demons are now, or the Hell Priests are now demonic, so, you know. As the black star ascended to its zenith, King Novik sat restless on his throne as a howling darkness began to assemble just beyond the mountain rise to the east. The blight came upon us in droves, flooding forth from the Hellgate with merciless fury. They brought with them a monstrous titan, the Dreadnought, a beast to rival the stature and menace of even the mightiest ancestral. The grotesque giant laid waste all before him, crushing all in his path. This was a total demonic assault, striking at the heart of Argentinur as never before. How was it that the behemoth could pass through the demonic gate without a warning? We would never know, though the Night Sentinels believed treason was at play. Caught off guard, the Sentinel scrambled late in defiance of the Titan and his hordes, and with his coming, the holy city of Taras Nabad prepared for judgment. With the onslaught of the demons massed in the sprawling shadow of the abhorrent fiend, the city shook it to its foundation. None were spared, save those that fled north. The vile swarm ransacked our temples and palaces, burning our towers, and feasting on the souls of our clergy. Yet the Night Sentinels rallied and held fast against the demons, though they were pushed back and corralled at the blood arena. As the dark of night descended, their swords remained potent, and shred the enemy multitude with abandon. Amidst the unyielding ranks of the Sentinels, when all other apprentices had fallen in battle, stood the Outlander. "Rip and tear!" he roared, ferocious in battle. The remaining conscripts of the arena stood in awe as they witnessed the beast who had once raged within their very cells, now armored alongside the shoulders of his Sentinel brethren. He had risen where none other had before, a true-born Sentinel fighter, the very best among them. But though the swarm fell before their assault, the Titan remained invincible, for none could tame the behemoth alone. In the hours before dawn, as the Night Sentinels weathered the relentless assault, the Outlander held his ground at the foot of the great wall in the northern bend of the castle. Seeing his unending vigor, Samur, Chancellor to the Mother God, hurried the Outlander away under veil of secrecy, and for reasons unknown, submitted him to a rite untold. This was heresy, for Samur received no consent from the Conmaker, nor did he receive her counsel. In the Chapel of Purity, the Outlander submitted himself to the divinity machine. There, Samur Maker, the Seraphim, known to us only as the aid to the Mother God, blessed the Outlander with fierce speed and power to match his will. It was the method by which this transfusion took place that was the most uncertain to us, for we were of the knowledge that the Maker device bestowed upon the Argenta so many generations ago was to be used by the priests only to find the impurity among us. How could it be that this device, that was meant to cull the Sentinel breed of its contaminants, could then be used to purify the Outlander's body, and give rise to the one who would lead us into battle henceforth? What rose from the holy coffin on that fateful day was not the impure abomination the Covenant warned us of. The hero within would come to be known only as the Great Slayer, the Time Walker, the warrior Khan whose fire sword would blaze forth a path for the just and cut through the demonic hordes with a vengeance that only a god king could summon. He rose unbroken by the ritual, his eyes burning with Maker magic. He took the crucible in his hand, and wraithfire leapt forth from the blade as only it will when held by a true Sentinel warrior king. In our darkest hour, the Slayer had been chosen. Defying tradition, our most sacred laws, and the will of the great Khan herself, a stranger to our lands had been blessed with celestial might. What a fucking badass. Got a little Slayer mark there on the belt. Not 100% sure what the Slayer mark actually represents, but it looks cool. Don't forget to turn around and come up here.
I cannot stand by and watch as you put our future at risk. Earth will be consumed, and the energy will continue to flow. It is your people's survival against mine.
Easy choice for me. Deagrav. Deagrav remains the most powerful of the Hell Priests amongst the people of Argentinur, frequently visiting his ancient homeworld to lord over the populace. Arrogant and pompous, Grav calls for bloodsport in the arena to entertain the fallen citizens of Sentinel Prime. The fallen citizens of Sentinel Prime. I wonder if all the citizens here are Force ghosts like the like King Novik. Since the demonic invasion of Earth began, he has operated on the planet's surface along with his fellow Hell Priests to to direct Hell's forces. But after the deaths of Dag Nylox and Dag Ranak, he had fled to the safety of the arena. It was Dagrav who facilitated the torment and eventual betrayal of Sentinel Commander Valen, known to us as the Betrayer. Taking the keys to the sepulchre of elements and opening the vault of the sleeping race, the ancient creatures were abducted, transported to Hell, and tortured to siphon away their power, which we see at the end of Doom 2016. He used the heart of Valen's son to animate the Icon of Sin, a titan still spoken of in legend throughout Argent D'Nur. What a piece of shit. What's up, buddy? As the text mentioned, the priests use the blood arenas to pit prisoners against demons. And well, I gotta keep the demons somewhere. There's like a bunch of ammo and armor over here, but you don't really have anything to shoot at nor anything to take your health, and you walk into this level with full health and armor anyway. Gladiator. Boss spoilers. In the years following the end of the Golden Age, competing factions of Argent D'Nur turned against one another. An insidious influence had beset itself upon the Sentinel people, corrupting its once-held sacred traditions. The Colosseum, once a place of honorable combat where prisoners of the Argenta were tested for their right to fight in the front lines of their army, has since become a place of blood sport. In violation of Sentinel law, the priests have encaged a demon there, a merciless executioner used to enact judgment of their own decree. The gladiator, wielding his accursed shield which entombs the tormented soul of his undying master, remains undefeated in battle, infamous for the many lives it has claimed. Look out for the big old fucking ball engine. That's some really good advice, let me tell you. Yeah, so all the lore took about 25 minutes, and this boss is not going to take all that long. Before we jump in there, though, I have 5 weapon points and 5 suit points. I think I am going to pick that up. That's a good one, and I think I'd leave that a little bit later than I necessarily should. Obviously, the next 2 are going to be these. Those are big time worth it. I'd say go for ammo first, and then barrels respawn after. All right, let's see. 5 weapon points. What do? You know, I think it's probably about time to pick that up so I can get the mastery. I'll be able to get the mastery in the next level. So, it's as good a time as any. Still got 2. I could technically drop 1 in full auto, but, you know, do I look like I'm out of my fucking mind? Possibly. Okay. Sure, got everything where it wants to be. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Oh, and one more thing before I walk into here. Just a little fun fact for you. The phrase Kar En Tuk is the Argenta translation of the phrase rip and tear. Just, you know, a little trivia for you. Why bring that up now? No reason.
You'll make a fine addition to the front lines, stranger.
The demons! They are everywhere. Must kill them all!
Dress his wounds and bring him to us. I want to know more about the others he speaks of.
Yes, Your Grace. If Sentinel holy blood is spilled on these grounds, you will lose all sovereignty here.
Only thing you need to know about this fight going into it for phase 1 is when his shield eyes flash green, he's able to be stunned shortly thereafter. Let's go. Excuse you. Okay, phase 1 is the easy part. Now we really let's go. Got him.
This stops nothing. Earth will be consumed, regardless of what...
The portal is ready. We should leave immediately.
Lower kills on heavy demons will now instantly charge blood punch. Oh, did you see all those weapon points? God damn, you spoil me. Okay, heart's actually going a little bit, I'll tell you. That little fun fact for you, that boss fight is the only place in Ultra Nightmare outside of that one arena in Mars Core that I died after getting out of Cultist Base. The only difference is that when I was fighting this boss on my very first successful Ultra Nightmare run, I had saving throw equipped just in case, and I messed up one of those stuns after he had hit his like sine wave attack in his second phase, and it just one hit me outright. And if I didn't have saving throw, I would have been done. But I had it. I survived thanks to that, and made it the rest of the way through. And that is 33 minutes. That's pretty good. It's probably gonna be a little bit shorter because I'm gonna edit out some of the downtime when I'm reading the lore. But you know, not too shabby. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry this episode took a little while. I've been a little busy. But that was probably one of the hardest bosses in the game, weirdly enough. I feel like I have more trouble on that boss than with the others. Don't know why exactly. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.